Hey, I hope you guys are all having a good day. My name is Josh. For those of you who don't know who I am, we're going live from Veracruz, Mexico, and we're doing this by using a virtual trading chat room. I want you guys to be a part of it. All you have to do is click the first link in the description box below. That's going to reroute you to our Discord server. That's where we're going to post a link to go live. I want to get to know you, and I want you guys to get to know me. Just swing by, check it out. We're going to break down some tickers, break down some charts, and hopefully we get to take a trade together. I hope to see you in there. On this candle. Okay, so if we did the exact same thing and we go, okay, where's our 50% on this candle now? And it's right here. And we make another 50% mark. This today is the critical line. This would be like your stop loss. And I'm going, okay, the 1 minute chart at the 50% gave us a V-shaped recovery. And I love playing the 1 minute chart off the 50% off of V-shaped recovery. I specifically look for this exact pattern at the 50% retracement, and I will take this with big share size. The reason why I'm not encouraging you to take a big share size, but because I know where my stop loss is, that it's so close. Let's say I take this bull flag right here. My stop would be under the pivot. I would say under the 50%, which would be the pivot low in this case. So my stop loss is only 42 cents away. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd go, okay, if I took 1,000 shares, I'd be risking 420 bucks, and I'm giving it plenty of room. So I'm not saying that this line, this 50%, is my stop loss, but what I'm saying is I measured it like down what I would like to see before this stock would stop me out. And it does this type of stuff all the time. Like, let's say it rejects this and it comes up and fails and then comes down and hits the 50% and then rolls under the 50%. Well, what I'd be waiting for is I want a rejection. I know that the 50% is so critical in this stock at this price level. In order for it to continue moving down or up, it's got to reject one. It's got to reject these levels. It's got to find higher lows somehow. So what I would be waiting for, and sometimes I get my butt handed to me, and if it continues just to sell off, you just got to cut your losses at 1 to 2%. And I just call it done. And that's one of those days that you just walk away with your head down and you're like, dang. But for the most part, those days don't really happen. We usually get some sort of a rejection off of it. And then I go ahead and just stop out when it does something like that. And it breaks the new pivot low. So the new low would be not, this would be the original stop loss. That's my pivot low on where it comes up, rejects the 50%, and then comes down. And that way I give it a chance to get a recapture, because it could very easily just go, it breaks down underneath, and then we get, let's get a red bar. We get this red sell bar like this, and then the next bar, and we stop out, right? Because technically it breaks our stop loss, and everybody says to follow your rules. And I totally agree, we should all follow your rules. I actually you were supposed to sell your contracts at 27 bucks and you're still holding. I would be selling your contracts, by the way. And then just hold your shares if you want to be in long. Now, this is the thing, is if we find a bottom, add to your share size. You just made a bunch of money on your contracts. Just add a few extra $100 on your, or buy 20 or 40 more shares to go long as it continues to make higher highs and do what you want. But to get back to this, we could obviously make a recapture, build a flag sideways of some sort, and then we just get this huge lift off, and then the whole time you're beating yourself up, because we got tricked out of the trade. So yeah, what was that one stock you were like, I could have paid off my house? Oh, is it this one? This is the one? Yeah, that stinks. Yeah, 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 yeah. So we don't want to be that. And if I do what I just told you, find the 50%, and it continues to break and fall, and it just gets me out of the stock. I know I did everything I could to try to hang in it, and if it still stops me out, it's just something I just don't look at it for a while. Like, we're not on talking terms anymore. We just Netflix has been there for me. I haven't talked to Netflix for a while at times, and so has Tesla. But I that $2,200 today is from Tesla. And actually, I wanted to show you that trade a little later. But so this would be this 50% would be the daily 50% that you want to see it close over. So we could be looking through all the different time frames. Now we know where kind of our critical levels are. It looks like pretty much crap. It looks like it's getting a double top to me on the lower time frame. So we'll always see the reversals happen on the lower time frames first. That makes sense because it takes a while for the bigger time frames to do their jobs. But let's see. So 10-minute double top, 15 double top. Yeah, yeah. Well, exactly. And like what I was just going through is like, look, it still looks like crap on it looks terrible on the 1 minute time frame, right? We were just kind of looking at that, like it's rejected it. We found a bottom, now it's coming back down. We go up to the 5 minute and we go, okay, now it's double topping. That looks like crap. We go to the 10-minute chart. Okay, we still see the double top formation. Now let's go to the 15 and we go, okay, it still looks like crap. Let's go to the 30 and now we're going, okay, all we're getting is we have 13 minutes left. We're down underneath the 50%, so we could do the same thing on this candle. So right now, we have our 50% drawn out on our first candle of the day, the opening range bar, and we got a rejection off that. That's what it's showing. But we do have this recapture, this green candle recaptured. So that would be still a bar that I'm wanting to have an understanding of what's happening. So I would do the exact same thing without getting your pink lines cluttered up. I usually just use the pink line on the bigger time frames and then use a different color for the smaller time frames. So we could just like go to yellow or whatever, it doesn't matter. But what I want to keep track of once again is going, okay, this line would be the 50% on the bullish candle. So we came down, bulls fought it, pushed it back up. So technically the bulls are still really trying to do their jobs. I don't see it as a loser yet. We still have 12 minutes left, 12 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. And we just talked about time. Let's see what happens in the next 12 minutes, 30 seconds to see what goes on, to see if we can get more buying pressure to fight ourselves back up, at least close to this 50% on this yellow line. And if we can hold this yellow, then there's a really good chance that we may be able to break above the 50% level on the first range bar. But if we don't, we start getting rejections, then we have, obviously problems on the downside. So this would be a support level. This is where we got our bounce before. This is where we found bounce earlier today. We found another almost like a higher low setup, but then we got a lot of people trapped. So the way I see it right now is we go, let's look at the 30-minute chart and go, at what point is the bulls in so much pain or the bears in so much pain that they just have to cut their losses? That 10-minute chart I'm liking. I'd be micro focused on this 10-minute chart, and I would probably bring up like a smaller time frame and go, let's go to a 5-minute, half what 10 a minute would be. And now I do the same thing. I go, okay, so where's my 50% retracement on this? And this will tell me where I'm getting rejected at. And if I go, okay, from on this pattern here, this would be the reversal pattern. This is my 50% level that I really need to be paying attention to. And if it can't get over that and stay over that, then this stock will more than likely give a crash for us. So this would be the breaking point. And that makes sense why it's the breaking point. That's where we're getting the bounces at. That's where we got the recapture at before. Buying pressure, this is where the big the battle's happening, is right here at the $26 mark. So if we get a move higher, like on this 10-minute chart, now we can we're still bullish. 10-minute chart's telling us that there's still a potential possibility of a reversal. Now, how much time do we have on the 10-minute time frame? We only have a minute 30 to go. So let's see what happens on the smaller time frame, on the bigger time frame. So far we're erasing. So we have this reversal candle coming in on this red bar. But then we have this reversal candle coming in on the green bar. So we have bears selling off, We have bulls stepping back in. We have bears pushing back. We have bulls pushing back. If we can get above these highs, let's watch it squeeze now. That means people will more than likely be stopping out of their trades. We should probably start getting some sort of strong buying pressure if we can get over these highs and see if we can kind of get that squeeze. And then now what is important to be looking for, and that's why I say there's power candles within power candles, right here on the other time frame, that's our 50% level on the 10-minute chart on this bar. So we have to continually be looking at it and going, okay, are we going to squeeze past that? Can we close above it? We only have how many seconds left? Is it closed? 20? So, and we're getting that squeeze above like I was talking about. Now let's see if we can hold it and people don't short back into that. If they short back into it and it pushes it down on a lower time frame on a 1-minute chart, that just means there's a recapture on the bear side. So we're always going back and forth looking at different charts. And that's why I say, like, that's why I want people to be micro focused. And I say, like, you can't, man, a 30-minute chart's hard enough to keep track of in a 3-hour time frame in a daily chart. That's why I'm always telling people, like, if we go down to these 10-minute charts and these 5-minute time frames, we're going, okay, we're getting the recapture. You draw the 50% in. Bulls are winning. Got the recapture. We didn't close above, if I'm not mistaken. We did not close above the 50%. Probably. Just to make sure. Let's blow this up. This out there. Make that any color besides what it is. We got a lot of pink lines. Let's go. So we did close above. So this is pretty bullish. Now what we don't want to see is a 10-minute recapture. So if the 10-minute chart recaptures this area, then the bears are still in control. If we hold 26.25 on the 10-minute time frame, then we're still bullish and we could potentially see a move higher. Hey, I hope you guys had an idea or get an idea of what it is like to be trading in the virtual trading chat room. It usually lasts about an hour or so. Again, I like talking directly with you guys. I like to see who you guys are. That way you're just not typing in the the comment box and I read the questions and answer them. I actually want to communicate back and forth. That way we have some conversation. That way you get real answers when you guys have questions. So if you haven't already, thumbs up the video, share it with a friend if you think they could use the information or would like to join the trading chat room. That would be greatly appreciated. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We're brand new to YouTube. That would do me a lot of good. And I will see you guys either in the virtual trading chat room or in the next video. Thanks. Bye.